with Shai in particular, with his change of pace, just the way he plays, and you have some background with him. Obviously, he's from Toronto, so you've known him since
Hamilton. Shout out Hamilton.
You've known him since he was in high school, but just watching how he has turned himself from a lottery pick, but not necessarily somebody that people are going to think is going to be a superstar, into what I think we both think he should be the MVP this year. With how he plays in particular, what have you seen with just his control and his pacing?
I mean, he's an absolute master of his craft, and that comes from hard work. That comes from really intentional, purposeful work. And so I haven't seen Shai work since summer. We had him going before he went to Kentucky with the national team, at which time I knew he would be a pro. I did not know this. That you only get there if you are incredibly thoughtful, dedicated, and intentional about everything you do every day. So one, big admiration for him, not just how he's gotten there, but how he handles himself, frankly. I mean, guys, I think a complete class act, a guy that the league should be putting everywhere. And the Thunder, they should be everywhere. Like, I know it's not a big market, but put the Lakers, put the Knicks, and OKC at every chance we get. Like, this is exactly what we want a basketball team to look like, okay? One. But Shai, getting back to Shai, he's a master of his craft. He's changed to becoming a more balanced, smoother, quicker three-point shooter. He's always been herky-jerky, quick, but not the most explosive, but a phenomenal athlete. Quick, change of pace, change of direction, shifty, skilled, incredible length. So I think people don't recognize how long this guy is, whether that's at the rim or in the mid-range. He also is a master of physicality. Okay, so like his ability to use his body to create a little bit of separation is textbook. Okay, like that to me is a huge separator, and that he finds the body and he wins that battle. And it's not about strength, it's about timing, rhythm, angles. I got this angle on him. So now he goes from being the strongest man on the court to the fifth strongest man because I got him leaning. Now the bump, now he can't recover. And whether it's a spin, step, use that length. I mean, he is a master of footwork, change of pace, change of direction, physicality. Then he can use the incredible efficient. I think this year, something around 58, 60% on like 16 mid-range jump shots a game. Like we're talking Jordan plus, like, I mean, like it's a historic type player. I might have butchered those numbers, but elite historically. And he's the leader or thereabouts for drives, successful drives in the league. So, you know, he's worked so hard at his game. He has an incredible mentality, confidence, poise that runs through his team. And you can see it. You can see the way they're connected. And so, man, I admire the guy an incredible amount for where he's taken his game and what he's done. And I just think he's someone that we should all like celebrate and marvel at as what he's been able to do with a kid who was a 4-star recruit, then was a late signing to Kentucky, got himself into the lottery.
Got traded
never
after
stopped.
a successful rookie year.
Exactly. Got traded, right? Like the emotional standpoint there, how he responded to that. So, I mean, I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on him, but this guy is out of this world.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the strides he's taken every year, and the physicality is twofold. So one, he has the chicken wing, he has the bumps, he has that down pat. But as a defender, you can't use full physicality on him, because just as well as he can feel and deliver, he can feel the physicality and then draw a foul. So as when you're trying to body up, when you're trying to prevent him from doing things, you bump him a little too hard and boom, he's at the line, which some people call foul baiting, and some people might say it's unethical hoops. But I mean, if anybody was as good at him at doing it, you do it. Like it's a skill more than anything.
I don't want to interrupt, but I love how you explain that, because like if you go back and watch the clips, there are some that are in the middle ground. First of all, that's not his fault. Like the grifting stuff, like he's playing the game the way it's played. I think what happens is we have too many guys that are either looking for fouls or don't look enough for fouls. He rides the line like a Harden, you know, this is skill. Like there's a genius to how they're able, like you said, like think about that. You know, you got to be physical, because if he gets the first bump when you're, you know, lifting a foot, he's going to win that battle. Yeah. So then you're being physical. He feels that. Like there is such a cerebral sense and feel for playing against your man that is just like, I'm over here just like saying
Yeah,
how
it's such a
great this dude
leverage
is.
game, man. It's such a leverage game. And guarding him, you get too close and then like he wants to find your body, but even if he doesn't, like he has wiggle on top of it. So it's very pick your poison with him. And a lot of guys are pretty skilled in the NBA. A lot of guys are very skilled. Like there's a lot of professional scorers, but where he has continued to get better. One, he's a shot maker. So all this goes out the window if he can't make that midi. If his three ball has never improved, if he can't finish around the rim, he can make shots from any point on the floor, which is part of the really impressive thing. But the decision making in those situations, which probably goes back to work, which probably goes back to like, here's a guy that has drilled these scenarios, the feel of the game over and over and over, and has just been able to like pretty seamlessly incorporate it into his game to the point where like it's always just building, learning.
It's almost like a 4-level scorer, right? He's gotten himself to where he's a above average 3-point shooter, and he'll make big ones. He's gotten, and versatile. He can pull up off the dribble now. He can pull up behind. He can catch and shoot, all those things. He's a master, historic master of the mid-range, creating space, separation, length, the bumps, all those things. He's a great driver, right? Using his length, getting to the rim, somehow getting to the backboard where you're either too late or he's too high or whatever it is. And then the fourth dimension, in a sense, is his ability to draw fouls, right? It's amazing to hear him who's played against him talk about like the damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you're physical, he can use that against you. If you're unphysical, he uses that against you. If he can't get to a spot, he draws a foul. If you play off him, he can shoot the three. If you play him tight, he's in the gaps. Like he's got a counter for almost everything other than let's hit him, right? Let's make someone else beat us. And I think there are some numbers for a lot of the season where they were a lead in pick and roll, where he was able to make the decision. They were like below average, and they're a great team, below average when teams got the ball out of his hands, like, hit him or got it out early. Like that says a lot about how good this dude is.